Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back once more. So, I've decided to do a little bit more Poland today, mostly because I'm just too tired to do some more of these at the moment. It needs a level of thought that I just can't have at the moment. I'm just too bloody tired for that. So anyhow. Oh, okay, so I don't have military control for the moment. That's interesting. They're still my puppet, though. That's good to know. Okay, seems like they actually have some armoured forces, then, it seems. One armoured division, then. That's rather interesting. I'll leave them as they are, then. It seems they are keeping the deployment that I set out for them. I do think we will go for intervention, or at least an invasion, of the Austrian Empire. I think we could stand to profit there quite well. It would be fairly interesting. I think the Germans would obviously take the rest of Czechoslovakia. We could potentially gain our cores over here. Possibly. We do have a core here, so at least that's something for us. And then Romania could take back this. So we could have a nice partition and then create some friendly Balkan regimes. So we need to continue the modernization of the military. After we remove this god-awful amount of dissent. So our close air support air armadas are going to be very powerful. I do feel they could play a very pivotal role in the actual conflict, as it allows us to have a hell of an impact on the localized battlefield. I do need to put into into production a interceptor program. Okay, visits Paris. Okay. But this could be a very good test of the new military. So then, let us gather our forces. Deploy. God damn it, I wish you could just tell them to go to there. There we go. We'll begin to deploy along the border. I will have to back up the Romanians too. That one's fairly easy. I mean, we do need to just hold a defensive posture here. Which we should be able to do. I mean, our troops are very much geared towards the defense. And if they have the terrain here, which they should do, it should be fairly manageable. They do, of course, have Romanian allies to make up the numbers, but we do need to be careful of this. Bulgaria, for the moment, is neutral. Right, let's review the index. Yes, taxes, thank you. Minimum taxes to increase our IC a little bit more and reduce dissent somewhat. Okay. 1959 Infantry Division. Artillery is at 1940 level soon. Mass Assault is the next one, so we can go for that. We shall do... Actually, I might as well wait until we have the proper leader, well, proper team for that action. Otherwise, I'm just going to be taking longer to do something. So obviously we'll need these troops here. I'm going to need another army there. Well, at least another corps. They're not really corps, they're more like... I don't know. We'll call them corps. The Germans should be able to bear the brunt of any sort of fighting. My manpower isn't as large as theirs. It's pretty decent. It's just not inexhaustible. We'll have to deploy according to the terrain too, so we'll take a look at that in a few moments. Let's see. I'd like to have my motorized over here so we can actually spearhead our invasion into these lands here so I can take them for myself. That's the main important thing here. Okay. So at the moment, we are definitely deployed in a interesting fashion. We do have the two fleets, but they won't really... Well, actually, no, they could be of good use, actually, as the Austrians do have some forces down here. Unfortunately, I can't actually pass through the Black Sea, as we are not allied with the Turks, and we do not have access by the Turks. Though, I could go through the Mediterranean and function in that fashion, which is doable. Okay. Now, possibly with the fall of Austria, we could return these lands to Italy and possibly have them join the Axis. The Central Industrial District in 1938. After Poland regained independence in 1938, the boundaries between the former occupants were still clearly visible. Poland was informally divided onto industrialized and developed Poland A and the rural and poor Poland B, which is the former outskirts of the Russian Empire. In February 1937, the government started to build the Central Industrialized Zone, COP, between the Vistula and San rivers. The purpose was to develop the Poland B sector, give a boost to the war industry, and reduce unemployment. Until 1939, a huge steel mill in Stalowa, munition factories in Sanok, carbines and handguns factories in Radom, and aircraft. Oh, hell! That's pretty nice. It does make up quite a lot of slack that we lost from these lands to Germany. But I'd rather accept that I think it was worth paying that sort of price to have the alliance with Germany. Otherwise, we would have been just absolutely crushed. There would have been no way around it. We would have been alone and isolated, completely outclassed and outnumbered. Okay. Let's see here. Right, now we can reduce the amount of men on this terrain here, as it's mountainous. Over here we're lots of reinforced too. Okay, I'll reinforce this sector. And then we can have a... I don't know, we'll probably just keep these guys here. Though, then again, I'd rather have them there. There we go. Pharmaceuticals. Study equipment. Encryption and decryption. Decryption would be very nice to have. Okay. We do have some armor. Yep, there's only 2 divisions without armor, which is good. I mean, it'll be done just there. Awesome. And we have another another squadron ready. There we go, so every single division of the infantry armies now do have these forces. Right. This is it. I'd rather reinforce Romania, as they could fall fairly easily. And then again, I'm going to put these extra forces in Palesti, as we do need that oil. That oil is extremely vital. Okay. So we could have our air forces based down here, possibly in Bucharest. We'll have them based over here. I mean, we do have a lot of force built up in this area. I could probably do with moving the infantry elsewhere, possibly. Yeah, we'll move the infantry elsewhere. The issue is the mountains here, the Carpathians. They make advancing very difficult. So, to be honest, we are really here just to hold on the defensive. That's our role. So we'll reinforce this position here. Unfortunately, that HQ is still locked. I can't use it at the moment. Okay. Now, aircraft. 1937. Yeah, let's take a look at interceptors. Which I definitely am going to need. We'll have heavy tanks in a moment. So the new infantry divisions will feature heavy tanks. At least we'll call them emplacement divisions. Basically, divisions geared towards holding the line. They'll have heavy tanks and possibly heavy tanks and artillery, or possibly heavy tanks and anti-tank artillery, perhaps. Maybe, or tank destroyers, perhaps. Who knows? Right, mass assault, pre-planned defense. Okay, assembly line experimentation. Go forwards with that. Okay, so once we reduce the descent, we shall go forward. Right, there we go. Ah, basic medium tank. Okay, 1941 is the next level. We'll go with artillery 1940. Lovely. But yes, what do we have now as our new mediums? We had the R-35s, but we now have a new generation of armor, which is the 14 TP JW, which is fairly interesting. Yeah. I mean, the issue is fuel consumption. We have a decent amount of fuel actually at the moment. Right. Not a rejection of the non-aggression pact. Okay. Right, the Hungarians are actually... Well, the Austrians are actually National Socialist. We may give it time and see what may happen. I do have a lot of cash there. Yep, Turkey has annexed the Hatay state. New resources. That's very, very expensive. Okay. Yes, the repair modifier would be very handy. I mean, the issue is that we are going to have to somewhat rely on the Luftwaffe. What do they have? 15 fighter squadrons and 24 bomber squadrons, so that's pretty good. Right, let's enable the automatic funding. Right, here we go once again. I am not opposed to this at all. And in fact, I welcome this modernization and industrialization of Poland. Which is really quite good, actually. I mean, with these extra calls that we'll gain, and then eventually with the fighting in Russia, we could become very, very powerful. Or at least a decent part of the, Pact of Steel. Okay. We'll go for 1940s interceptors. Good old mono wings. Sturdy equipment perhaps would be quite nice. The mountainous would be good. Though we'll go with... Let's go with the 1940s plant, actually. If I can not worry so much about energy, I will be happy. Plus it gives us more things to sell abroad. Okay. Armed Forces Day. Right then, so we do have a lot of spare IC at the moment. So... what do we wish to do? Right, so if we go with artillery and anti-tank artillery... do I even have anti-tank artillery? Actually, don't seem to. Okay. So if I go with artillery and heavy, we have... Right, so artillery is 7.5, hard attack, 16 soft attack. With that, it's 10.5 hard attack. That's fucking a lot, actually. And 18. But if I went with... It's like the softness. I mean, that decreases softness quite a lot. Mediums over here. Yeah, mediums are significantly more advanced at this stage. But notice softness isn't as decreased as before. Organization 55, 57. Oh, sorry, 58. 26 vulnerability. Yeah, so slightly better. Speed's obviously going to be lower. It's the issue of the amount of munitions that consumes, though. So that might not be too good of an idea to have these assigned everywhere. Otherwise, we are going to be just bleeding out resources at an exponential rate. I think what we will do then is actually go for a proper modernization. So we'll have some more... Oh, fucking hell, that's costly. Jesus. These are really expensive. Bloody hell. Right. And then we'll have some medium artillery made. Well, medium tanks, possibly. interesting as picture 254. Anyway, we'll instead go for the interceptors once we have the new technology. They'll go about to have combined arms attack. Okay. There we go, 1938. We are in August at the moment. Weather's still good. Huh. Irritatingly, I can't actually start the war. I could potentially, if I go towards authoritarianism a little bit further. We'll see then. Okay. The Danes will see the might of German weaponry. Right. Well then. So we are fighting the West, it seems. That's pretty, that's really good timing, to be honest. I mean, we may potentially have an alliance with the Austrians then, perhaps. Women's work. Prior to the First World War, women's role in society. So that's actually a really nice thing to have. The fact that it increases your industrial efficiency is really good. These we can hold on to for the time being, though. That would increase our manpower. Right then, so we need to help out our German allies. Okay. And we'll patrol the area here. So naval combat patrol. Okay, we'll go with the area. Can I not go into the area here? Okay, I guess that's treated as that then. There we go, that's better. As we'll control that area. So we are at war with Denmark, France, and the United Kingdom. Though interestingly, we are not fighting the Benelux regions. Though that could change very soon. Now, so how do we want to deploy? I think we want to deploy in such a fashion to actually help the Germans. But firstly, we need to do is see to our own defences. That's the important thing. Okay. We'll have our armoured hussars. We'll have them head for Cologne. I think what I'll do then is I'll hold the line against the Benelux nations in case they do enter the war. Then at least we do have that covered for our ally. Then again, I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket. So what we'll do then is we'll deploy these divisions to border Russia, and then at the very worst case scenario, we at least have something there to slow the advance. So we'll have to spread them out from their initial cores into the single divisions to be able to cover something as large as that border. We can at least make use of our air power to help out our ally. Okay. We'll wait a little while for the Germans to establish their superiority. But then again, I could move over to Kiel and help out there. Okay. It's interesting that the Second World War has begun, though. Righty. Our carriers are setting out now. So what we'll do then is we'll use our close air support to destroy any resilience, well, any resistance, I should say. So here we go. And it's over before it even began. Okay. In fact, we can rebase to help out the assault on the Maginot Line, which is actually really, really freaking brave. Rather silly too, but well. Right, so ground support would probably be the wisest idea. So we'll do that. Help out our allies. Okay. Our carrier forces are patrolling here. Right, we'll use the forces here to help out with the attack on Copenhagen. Or Copenhagen. Okay, ground support. Okay. Ah, the British, the British have been denied by the Irish then, that's interesting. Ah, yes, we need to patrol this area of the Black Sea, that's for damn sure. Right, both day and night. And this is why I built this fleet, to protect us against any sort of threat to the south. I would have hoped that we could have taken on the Russians before the West, but I guess this will have to do then for the time being. I have no idea really how we'll defeat Britain, but we'll see. Okay, so their organization is legitimately about to give way. We have some actual combat between our navy and the Danish navy. Indeed. Our carrier should be absolutely vital. So the combat is 145 kilometers. There we go, we were victorious in our first naval engagement. There we go. No ships were sunk, but we were once again victorious. Okay. What we'll do then is... Well, I can't go for naval attack. Righto. Let's retreat base to Essen. Yep, we destroyed a Danish transport flotilla. Yeah, we have the German air support too. There we go. Destroyed a submarine flotilla. Yeah. Right, destroyed their ground support. Well, their organization. So we have our forces over here, so what we're going to do is going to move our motorized down here. Then we can help join the assault. Okay, you're an engineer. How goes the attack then? Organization has been lowered. Ah, there we go, we are... Yep, destroyed another Danish flotilla. Okay, now, let's see. The port of Copenhagen is not ready yet, so we could deploy our fleet at Wilhelmshaven. The issue is the British. They do have 3 carriers, so in effect we actually do have more carriers than the British do. Obviously their stuff will be much more advanced than ours, and they have a greater air force, I'd imagine. So we'll have our forces regain organisation for the moment. Okay, Remains are holding out steadily. Okay. So spread these forces out. Make sure we can hold the border with the Ruskies. Because God forbid we do not want them getting any ideas. We should be able to do this anyway. Should be enough forces here. Obviously, we'll not be in any real force concentration, but it should be enough. Right. And in any case, it would slow down the forces of the bear. Actually. There's a lot of invasion points to cover here. But at least we do have our carrier fleet down there, which is fairly powerful. I mean, that's it. I mean, there's not many nations with actual carriers. I just love the fact that we actually are involved in the Second World War. I don't know what'll happen with Italy, or with the Austrians. So there's definitely a lot going on here. Right, we'll change you to ground attack, what you're actually suited for, I should say. Have you doing a little bit more damage to the actual French. Okay, so if we go for inflicted casualties, you can see how much damage we're doing, really. Right, Germany has annexed Denmark. I imagine they'll probably release them as a vassal or something. So actually, at the moment, we do have an equal number of infantry as the Germans, but they have 31 motorized. Holy shit, they're incredibly mechanized. Well, more so. We do have a smaller fleet than the Germans, but we do have carriers. The German army is much larger. Indeed. 1,705,411. We have 829,758 men. Okay. We do have a smaller air force, but we have a very specialized air force. Inflicted losses. God damn. Where are we? Oh, there we go. Into Mariam. Okay. 641,000 losses. Obviously, we can't see from the current war, but we'll have a sort of track. Sort of track. Okay. Right, we'll be engaged. That's a lot of planes there. Yeah. Okay. I think we'll, I don't know, we'll commit our forces here to help them out. With the defeat of France, it should open the way forward. Yes, they are being broken. There we go, we are through. Now then, I'd like to push forward to Paris. We need to let the Germans open the way, though. Okay, recover organization. And hit those forces while you can. Wow. Sweet. Okay. I think what we'll do then is we'll use our carriers to actually patrol this area. We'll patrol in the day. See if we find anything. My naval doctrines aren't that good, but we do have some carrier doctrine. Okay. The Romanians haven't moved an inch as of yet. Obviously, they do have to contest their own borders. Really don't know what will happen with the Austrians. I don't think we'll see them join us, but who knows? Okay. I mean, we can defeat the French. It is a matter of time until we defeat the French. But if we go for the Benelux, that would be easier. Ah, well. Indeed. Right then. We're coming close to the end of the episode, so thank you guys so very much for watching, and at least we do have something happening here. This will be very interesting. And until next time, goodbye for now. See you all very soon.